Hey, what's up, traders? The watch list video here for Friday, November 8th. I want to start real quick because I think traders appreciate other traders' horror stories or just, trading stories, period. Um, Heck, we used to have those happy hours. We'd sit around and discuss trades and stuff, webinar style. But anyway, I got to share my disaster after hours. It was Take Two Interactive. And this is the daily. They had earnings after hours. They actually halted before earnings. And I had an order. Um, I don't know why the 200 day is not on this chart. I'll slide over a small daily chart. It had nice support at 110 back here. The 200 day was at 110.50-ish, right? And it was halted. Earnings came out before it unhalted, before it resumed, and everything looked good. There was beats and all that, and so I put a bid right at that 200 day, right? 110.50 something, I think, is where I have my bid. And I don't trade big in after hours, but anyway, I get filled, and then it bounces up a little, and just to lighten my load, put a little money in my pocket, I try to sell some, and I'm using the matrix in TradeStation, and it basically says, "Are you sure you want to short?" Which I never even get messages when asking me if I want to, take a trade. Everything's just one click and done. Maybe an after hours. I don't know. Maybe some of you who have TradeStation can explain what happened to me. But anyway, I'm long some shares. I try to sell a partial, and I get this message: "Are you sure you want to short? TTWO at this price?" And so I'm kind of freaking out, thinking, okay, it's not recognizing that I have any, but I see it right there in my account under my positions window. So then I kind of start to panic because this happened to me one other time where it wouldn't do anything for me in after hours, and I had to use my phone app. So I literally had to log out, and now because it's acting like this and it's not recognizing that I own shares even though I see it. Anyway, long story short, I get on my phone app and I just hit out. My phone app works fine. And I just hit out. And I made $80 on the trade. Right? Because I just won it out because of that glitch. Here is 15-minute candles. What happened after 110? It goes all the way up to 117. And the only reason I hit out is because everything was glitchy and I didn't know, it just bothered me that it didn't recognize I had shares. So would have been a huge trade. It was a great grab, but anyway, I'm a little perturbed. Maybe somebody who has TradeStation and it recognizes that story might be able to tell me what happened there. But super depressed about that. Anyway, let me go right into the watch list now. My apologies. I had to digress, but man, what a huge miss today, right? That would have been my biggest trade of the day by far. All right, so anyway, what are we watching tomorrow? Let me go back. I forgot to talk about the SPY. SPY, again, gapped up to all-time highs. Trades, what's a day? 6.5 hours? And it ends up going up and coming down after 6.5 hours, basically closing very close to where it opened. Wayne and I had both said we're probably going to have a narrow range, goofy, choppy day because every time it gaps up to all-time highs. And look at the last few days. Intraday trading's been kind of really hard to find something. So, all right, anyway, what are we watching for tomorrow? IQ, nice breakout. Man, Wayne got this through 19 in the opening minute. Straight out of the gate gap play. 19 was the pre-market high. And he just nailed that trade. I was jealous, but I love watching other people nail a trade too. So that was beautiful. I didn't get it, but anyway, because of this, you kind of have a trend line break. You've got big volume, nice breakout. Certainly a good candidate for a potential follow-through day. CRC is kind of obscure, but got decimated back here and then just kept grinding lower and then looked like it was going to zero. And then they came out with earnings and it was an upside surprise and all that. So you had two days of a short squeeze there. And then now you've got a couple days lower on declining volume. And you know what? You have an interesting thing here. You've got two equal tops. It hit 930 yesterday. It hit 930 today. Super interesting to me, over 930. Maybe it'll continue this squeeze. So that one's kind of obscure, but I like the idea. Wi-Fi, big day yesterday. Quiet inside day today. Definitely goes on long watch for tomorrow. SCOR, quiet inside day near the high of yesterday's range. We're going to watch that one. PRTK. Another inside day. You had the big pop, an inside day, and another inside day. So this one is coiled. It could have a really nice break either way, though. And I'm only looking for the long side, so if it doesn't give me a long setup, there's a good chance that's going to come back down hard. But if it gives me a proper setup, I'll give it a shot for a trade. Remember, I'm in cash every night. NIO, this one I don't feel great about, but massive volume a couple days ago. Then a red day, and then today such a narrow range. And if we go to 5-minute candles, you'll notice it put in its high in the opening, 10 minutes or so. What I'd like to see is a narrow range kind of like this, and then an afternoon high of day break, and then you kind of get that crowd rushing back in going, here goes NIO again, right? So if that happens, I'll probably take a trade in it, but we'll see. We don't know how it's going to trade. Workhorse, WKHS, big pop today. I did have one pullback trade, buy zone pullback trade in this one in after hours, and it really closed pretty strong. As I'm talking, actually, it looks like after hours it's 341 right now. Let's go back to the daily. So I guess Lordstown, the GM Lordstown plant was maybe officially sold to the owners of Workhorse Group or something. I don't know. So that's what popped it originally back here when I think Trump mentioned them, right? So anyway, that's certainly worth watching tomorrow for a follow-through day. SeaWorld, SEAS. I never did find my phone, but it fell out of my pocket right in the Mako. That is, if you ever get a chance to go to SeaWorld Orlando, that Mako is a great roller coaster. Anyway, a big strong move today, but it gave back a lot and ended up closing closer to the middle of its range. I certainly want to watch it for a follow-through day tomorrow. Same with Square SQ. Nice breakout attempt, but giving back a good chunk of it by the afternoon. But I do want to watch that one. Shake Shack, another red day. This one just decimated after earnings. Looking to the left, I definitely like it if it can get maybe flush the whole number 60, but it's certainly overdue for a bounce. So it goes back on bounce watch, no trades in it today. Same thing with Real, REAL, another red day, goes back. Remember, I'm just looking for a snapback bounce. SNH, this one, 4 days in a row down to that $8 area has been nice support. Look at it. I mean, for quite a while, and it's gotten there in a hurry. I'd love to see an 8 flush tomorrow, maybe a nice snapback bounce there. A couple more. AGRX, crazy stock. I mean, look at all the gaps in this thing, crazy ranges. But you do have 2 big red days now after this huge move. So that one goes on bounce watch for tomorrow. Maybe needs to come in another day, who knows. And then IMGN had a nice kind of 3-day run and then a 2-day pullback on lower volume. Watching for that one to turn up as well tomorrow, and we'll see, right? We'll also add some gappers to this list, and hopefully we'll get some nice trades tomorrow. See y'all in chat.